Hey guys, it's QuickyBaby and welcome back to World of Tanks. This time I am playing in the Tier 10 French heavy tank, the AMX-50B, along with my good buddies, Ike and Philippopoulos. If you don't know Philippopoulos, he is a stream moderator who has become a good friend to me, Ike, to Pepperdy, and to M4, of course. We all went to Tank Fest together, camping. It was an absolutely hilarious time. And all you need to know is that this was Philip's first time on stream. And boy, did he kick some butt. He really showed up. And I've already got a teamwork video out of our latest platoon member. Me and Ike had to try and keep up with him. He certainly was carrying us this evening. So we are playing in 3 Tier 10 heavy tanks, and boy, couldn't they be any different. The MX-50B is fast, and it has a 120mm autoloader, which enables you to pick apart tanks, such as this Tiger II. Oh, poor guy. Barely voraciously. But now we have to reload for about 25 seconds. The AMX-50B has been buffed in recent patches, which makes it superior to the T-57 Heavy at medium to long ranges. You can be more accurate than a T-57 Heavy can, faster, and even though in theory the T-57 Heavy can unload its shells every 2 seconds, and this vehicle can only unload its shells every 2.5 seconds, you can actually put them out more accurately faster than the T-57 Heavy can with the nerfs. Now, we are playing in 3 Tier 10 heavy tanks here. And the enemy team, they don't have any Tier 10 heavy tanks. We've been matched up against 3 Tier 10 medium tanks. And so what is happening is the East is being completely overwhelmed by these 3 Tier 10 medium tanks. And so that means that me, Phil, and Ike have to play aggressively in the town if we want to win. The Waffenträger Auf E100 put 2 rounds into Ike, another into another player, and then I bounced one off my frontal hull armor, which is surprisingly strong in the AMX-50B. So that means that we caught him reloading, and some nice crossfire there with Philip, and we take out a very dangerous tank. Do not want to leave a WT Alpha E100 around. And it looks like he was only able to pull off about 2,000 damage this game. Oh, only 2,000 damage with 3 rounds of his 150mm gun. So we have got ourselves surrounded here with our aggressive plays. And our team is not doing so well. We're down 4 tanks. I'm trying to put some crossfire here into the M103 to help out Phil. Our first round doesn't quite go into his side armor. Our second round does. Try and hit the top of his tank, but it bounces off, and I get hit in the side. Oh gosh, disaster there. Lost a lot of health. And now we're down by 6 tanks. Oh gosh, we're going to have to certainly try really hard to pull this one back. An LTTB is behind a Tiger II. Phil is trying to support the FV215B, and unfortunately Ike has fallen. Nothing quite like taking 2 rounds from the WT Alpha 100's 150mm gun at the start of the game to end your interaction with it fairly quickly. I guess I over-angled my side armor there, allowing the T-54 lightweight to penetrate me. He knocks out my ammo rack, but we put it back in quickly. So we've lost a lot of health to do what we've done. Luckily, Phil was able to finish off the KV-4. We find ourselves 3 versus, oh gosh, is that 7 or is that 8? 8 tanks on the enemy team. An LTTB is surrounding the FV215B, who luckily has quite a lot of hit points. Ah, I missed my shot on the LTTB there. Can't afford many more misses. When we look back on it, it's a damn good thing that we did push aggressively through the west. Otherwise, we'd probably be 3 versus 10 or 11 right now. Phil doesn't miss, taking out the Tier 7 Soviet light tank, who was getting spots for the enemy artillery. And gosh, they've got 3 Tier 9 artillery on the enemy team. They're all in a platoon together. Actually, one of them isn't. And taking out the light tank was of paramount importance. And we quickly turn this game around. We kill 2 of the Tier 10 medium tanks and kill the light tank. The Batchat finishes off our FV215B, however, and I'm caught reloading. Luckily, the Batchat doesn't come around the corner. I guess he was worried about Phil. putting one into his side armor, and Phil had my back. I narrowly avoid the artillery, and the T-54 comes around the corner, and Philip puts in a great shot into the Tier 9 Soviet medium tank. And now, can I find this Batchat? I want to hunt him down. There he is. Oh, I missed my first shot. Second one goes into his back. Third one hits. Oh gosh, pressure, pressure, pressure. Can't let this Batchat escape. Can't let him escape. Can't let him escape. Yes! Oh my word. When I was making that shot, I was almost shaking. That was a high pressure shot. If we'd let the Batchat escape there, he would have been able to spot for the enemy artillery. So me and Phil are doing a great job of hounding down the enemy team. Looking out for each other, watching each other's backs. Phil had my back there against the T-54, and just his presence meant that the Batchat couldn't harass me. Which meant that after I'd finished reloading, we could go hunt him down. So now, how can me and Phil, who... Phil's not doing too well right now. I believe he's got a dead driver at this moment, and he's got 433 hit points left. Deal with these three artillery. Two of them in a platoon together, the other one not. The other one was in a platoon with the T-54 lightweight that we dealt with. I come around the corner, spot the 212A, put one into him, put two into him, he fires clutch, and it goes almost into the next street. Come on, got to avoid the artillery shells, make my movements erratic. Yes, good. Avoided that one. And where are they going to be coming from now? I reload, and Phil slams one into the GW Tiger. 5 kills apiece. What's this FB 3805 going to do at the end? So just to highlight a couple of things here. Just how important it was that me, Phil, and Ike did play aggressively in the town. This matchup was very much, we are the Tier 10 heavies versus the Tier 10 mediums on the enemy team. Of course, they do have a Waffenträger Alpha 100 that changed things a little bit, at least with regards to the town engagement. But if we hadn't pushed aggressively, risked our hit points to pick up those kills, we would have been outnumbered and probably outgunned at the end of the game. Fair enough, we sacrificed a lot of our hit points, but it enabled us to have a fair engagement against just a non-overwhelming advantage on the enemy team, and pick them apart one by one by one. Now, where is this FB 3805? There he is. We spot him. Put one into him. And I put the second in as his shot narrowly avoids hitting us. Well, I say narrowly, but there was actually probably 30 plus meters in that miss. Thank goodness RNG was not on his side today. So this was a fantastic round for the AMX-50B. We got over 5,500 damage in our platoon, secured 12 out of 15 kills on the enemy team. The key moments of this battle was when we pushed very aggressively through this corridor, took out the WT Alpha 100 and then applied pressure to the M103 amongst a whole host of other tanks. If we had held back here, then it's very likely that the enemy team would have just taken out our artillery, taken out the few tank destroyers that we had at the back, surrounded us, and then with the help of the WT Alpha 100, the T-54 lightweight, and even the M103, if we hadn't managed to finish him off, we would have been completely surrounded and it would have been a disaster of a game. And this is a crucial point as to how you can improve your win ratio. You've got to have your map awareness. You've got to know when one of your flanks is going to crumble. And the only way to deal with that is to either get into a position where you can support that flank and turn the tide of the battle over there, or alternatively say, all right, those guys are just going to have to hold on the best they can, and we're going to have to obliterate our flank and then turn to deal with the ensuing enemy. A tank such as mine, the AMX-50B, could have very easily maybe fallen back to here and supported, but I would have left Phil and Ike alone against the WT Alpha 100. After we knew that he was using the 150mm and he fired off 2 of his shells, a third one in, we knew he'd be reloading for at least the next 50 seconds, and you really have to press your advantage against him. This was a great game for me and Phil, and it's just unfortunate that Ike did get caught out by that WT Alpha 100 at the start of the game. But that happens to everyone. There's nothing that you can do if a WT Alpha 100 rears his ugly head. Let's just take a very quick look at the post-game stats. So we picked up a crucial contribution medal for this for killing at least 12 out of 15 of the enemy team between the platoon. I personally got the high caliber, and I luckily got the top gun at the end. 1,114 base experience points, 5,647 damage. The AMX 50B was able to get where it needed, and when it got there, dish out a hell of a lot of punishment. And with that shell that we bounced from the Waffenträger auf E100, we even managed to block 1,140 damage this game. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this replay. If you did, please consider giving this video a like down below. It really helps the channel out. And if you want to see more great teamwork like this, then simply click up here and you can go through to me and Ike having a very tricky situation at the end of the game, which discusses when is the right time to counterattack. And also there's going to be a very special live stream this Thursday. It is going to be Kill Phil. And if you don't know what that is all about, Phil is Dutch, Ike is Norwegian. We're going to play probably about 20 games or so throughout the evening, and whoever gets the most experience in each game will get 1 point, and we'll see how the evening develops. Who will win? Will it be the Dutch or will it be the Norwegians? You're going to have to come along on twitch.tv/QuickyBaby at 1800, 6 o'clock Central European Summertime to find out. And let me know in the comments down below what you think about the AMX 50B. Especially in light of the fairly recent buffs to the vehicle. And also, are you going to be getting behind Phil or Ike this Thursday? Is it going to be an evening filled with pancakes and waffles, or are the Vikings going to come along and invade the bakery? And even I can't keep a straight face after that one. I'm really looking forward to this Thursday. It's going to be a fantastic stream. And as always, thank you so much for watching. You've been epic, and hopefully I'll see you soon.